Hello, this is Rebecca here with Create with Rebecca, and today I'm back with a video to show a creative process to documenting in my my summer creative journaling slash scrapbook slash creative documentation. This is basically a little traveler's notebook that I started at the beginning of the summer, and I am just filling it with different odds and ends. Some of it's just doing like some mixed media, and some of it's adding photos, and so it's kind of become one of the basically almost like a scrapbook and memory keeping. So I'm really enjoying this, and I wanted to show you today a little process. So basically I went and had bubble tea for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to do kind of a documentation. One of the things I found, that one of the reasons I wanted to do the documentation for this is because I do want to go back and experience bubble tea again, because I did not know you could eat the little pistachio, am I saying that right? It's not pistachio, it's tapioca, I'm sorry. The tapioca balls that are in the bottom, I did not eat them or drink them, and then later I was reading about bubble tea and I realized that that's what you do with them, so I need to go back and experience it again. But also I have this cutest little, and I've used these before, let me show you where I used it before, is when I did my Coffee Addict page. And so I love this little, it's a little post-it note, and it came from the lady out of Dallas. So I met her at a show, Simply Gilded, and she does washi tape, and so she also had this cute little posted notepad, and I also got a little cup. Oh, it's over here, let me get it for you real quick. And I just love these little post-it notes, and so they make great little additives to your scrapbook or your planner or memory keeping or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go to this page now. If you can see, there's like some texture on this page. This was from, I had put clouds with white acrylic paint on the other side, and then I ended up covering it up anyway. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it with some paper. Now I found these 2 sheets of paper. This came from a sweet friend of mine that I met through Instagram, 30 Plans, and she sent me some paper, and it just seems like it's just perfect because it's got bubbles all over it. So I'm basically just going to cover this back side up with the paper. So I use my extreme glue as always. It's basically Elmer's glue, and I've been stocking up on it since there's been so many school supplies out. And they run about, I guess, like $2.49 here in the States for 2 of them, and I have used them for years, and they are my ultimate favorite glue. So I'm just basically coming in here, lining it up, making sure I can still close my journal, because I've come into kind of chubby, so it's not really wanting to close, excuse me. But that's okay, I like the chunkiness of it, so that works for me just fine. But I'm just gonna kind of come in here and cut along that edge. And put the glue back on, because it does dry up fairly quickly, and then it becomes really, really sticky. Just like that. Okay. And then we have it covered. So what I thought I would do is I kind of wanted to create like a little opening type deal. So let me go ahead and cut a different paper. And I pulled this one out too. It may be too matchy-match, but I'm going to be covering it up. So I'm actually going to cut it the size of this picture, because it seems like that picture was a good starting point as to create. Basically, I'm going to create a door or a opening, a folder type deal where you can, where it make it kind of interactive, and you can open it up like that. And then I'm going to open it up. So let me go ahead and get me some washi tape. Let's see what colors. I'm just going to pull some that I have right here. I'm not sure what I have, but at this point I think anything would work. At least I think so. Wish I had some red. I didn't kind of prepare for my washi, did I? I think I'm going to use this. I've been using a lot of this fun little pattern floral type. It came in one of my kits that I have. I actually have extra of it, so I need to probably offer it on my website because it is a favorite. So I think what I might do, I'm just going to come over and overlap this other side, but I think it will be just fine if it does. It's kind of got it's almost like a see-through, and so it makes it more of a more usable as far as if it goes on the other side, that's fine too. So I'm just going to come in here and reinforce it on this side. Where it becomes a little interactive door. So then I think I'm going to glue that in there like that, because basically what I'm going to do is, I guess I just got ink on that, is leave this space for journaling, and then this is going to be like, and then I'm going to do some decorations up there. So I'm going to use this this Adtech glue, tape runner glue. And a lot of times I'll use this on photos, or because I don't like, one of the things I don't like about the glue is if you get it on your photos, it just makes it kind of a stain type deal on your photos that you can't get off. So I like to use that. Okay, so we kind of have that going. I was thinking, I don't know why I got ink somewhere on my desk, but whoops, didn't tear off too good. I was thinking about putting this little sticky note even here, although it's not going to make it very sturdy, so maybe I should come in here and put like a backing on this and then cut around it, because I do like it how it sticks out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to basically add glue to the back side of this notepad, because I do like the fact that it kind of sticks off the page at the top. You can kind of see those funky designs through the lid of it, but that's okay. This is all about being creative, and it doesn't have to be, you know, it's for you and what you feel comfortable with and what you like is what matters. So if you're a person that did not like having that, see what I was talking about, like you can see through the white of the notepad, then you would have to change it, but I'm okay with it. Now I have several ideas. So I wanted to add definitely like some three-dimensional type bubbles. And so I have a like a 3/4 inch and a 1 inch round punch. So see, now it kind of is a little bit sturdier. Just straighten out the edge a little bit here. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that down on there. don't want to get it where the glue is going to stick off the top, because then it would be really messy. Just gluing the back side of it. Uh-oh, I just lost my lid. There. Okay, so, and let me show you what I mean. I have these little stamps, these little punches, and then I also have, this also came in a kit, and I know I've been mentioning it, but I am going to be posting stickers that I've had in past kits on my website soon. So these are one of my favorite. I've used this in 2 kits, my mermaid kit and the beach kit, and these are actually bubbles that were on a original canvas that I created using the same process, but I used paint and glitter, and if you can kind of see, it looks like little sparkly bubbles, and I just love this bubble stickers. But I also have this cardstock, this glitter cardstock, that I think I'm going to punch some of those round circles at and make my own little sparkly bubbles that way as well. So I'm just going to kind of come in here and just randomly punch and make some different size bubbles. I'll do one more just in case. Okay, so get those over here, and I was thinking of, you know, randomly, need a little bit smaller ones. I know I have a really tiny small punch. The question is can I find it? I think it's right here. I keep these handy. These I bought a long time ago, and I use them all the time. They're just little teeny tiny little punches. It takes a double hand to punch it sometimes, especially when it's thick paper. Okay, let's see if that will work. I want to do a couple of little ones. I'm just kind of randomly adding them. I think I need a little bit more little ones. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to go up on one side. Just randomly, just kind of placing them on different ways. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm off camera here. I'm just basically kind of punching them a little different just to see what I like. Okay, and then let me go in here and add some of these in. We are like overloaded bubbles, aren't we? So I'm just basically kind of like doing a layer. I like the different colors. It really kind of brings the texture in. You know, like gives it texture and not so all the same. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. These little glitter ones here. Ah, almost off the page. And I like to do like that layered look, you know, like where you kind of put one underneath and one on top. It just makes it look a little more like, you know, bubbly, like how bubbles are. They're not all like individually sometimes blown or on a page. So not on a page, but you know, when you blow bubbles, they're not all just together. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, and once I add this on like that, I'm gonna go and add some more of these teeny tiny ones throughout the page, just to kind of add more different colors in there, which gives it kind of a texture. Okay, so then I brought out these lettering. I don't know if it's going to be too big, but let's give it a try. I'm thinking about, it's awfully dark, but I'm not one up for buying a bunch of letters anymore. I used to buy letters all the time, but but I would have so many left over, and so now I write a lot of it. But I did see these in there, and I thought maybe I could use these up. Is it going to be too dark? I don't think so. I don't know if it's going to be too big either, but we're just kind of laying them casually on there. We're not sticking them down to give it a try. And I did make sure I had enough letters before I started. I've done that before where you're like moving along and then all of a sudden you're out of lettering. That is so frustrating. I think this is going to work. That's my last A of this group. But it's good to use up what you got. So I'm happy to make sure these work. So let's see how that looks. Move those out of the way. I need to move this over a little bit so that straw doesn't interfere. Oh, one of my bubbles isn't down all the way because I didn't glue it. So where's that straw hit? I don't want the T being in the way. There. Now I'm just going to squish those down on there so they stick, and they're pretty good about sticking. Sometimes I would have to put glue, but these seem to be pretty stickable. They may get some iffy on that glitter paper, but if that comes to play, see, they're pretty good stuck down. But if they come off, I'll just glue the backing of them, and that will be good. Okay, so let's see, what else does it need? I think it needs like some of those little sparkly bubbles in here. I know that that's not what the tea looks like inside. I'm going to punch a little bit more of those little ones. Maybe I shouldn't. I just started thinking that kind of takes away what it is, even though maybe I'll put some bubbles out here on this side here. Add some more of these little stickers. And that might, I'm going to do glue one more little sparkle one. Okay, I do remember I have these die cuts by Doodlebug Designs. And my die cuts are kind of a big mess. They're not a big mess, but they're in these little individual plastic bags that you get at in the embroidery aisle, and then I just keep them on with the ring. But I do remember I bought these at one of our meetups, the ATX Planner meetups, and from Preppy Planner Cat, Preppy Cat Planner. I should know this. I buy a lot of stuff from her, but she sells Doodlebug Designs, so I don't think this tea time is going to fit unless I cut it down. Let's go ahead and cut it down and give it a try. See what it looks like. Too much tea. I just realized that says bubble tea. We can always use it another time. Let's see if I have, maybe I can add some little hearts in here. But aren't these cute? These are this little, let me see if I can move them up a little bit here. They are so adorable. They're little cakes and pastries and macaroons and tea bags. I mean, they're just like a tea time, coffee time little, and these are by Doodlebug Designs. They're so cute. So I just fell in love with these. But I think I'm going to add 3 little hearts. I'm going to just move these aside and I'll put them away after I film here. And I think I'm going to be done with the page. Again, I'll go in and write in off camera just because there's no reason. I'm just going to talk about my first experience and how I didn't eat those dang tapioca things at the bottom. You know what might be kind of fun too, but would take a time for drying, is maybe add some sparkles on here with some glue. And then probably what I'll do for my I got these from Allie Edwards, and it's basically kind of like giving a story of the meal. And to me, bubble tea could be considered a meal. It's definitely, my daughter didn't like it, but again, there was so many to choose from, I just didn't know. But I'm gonna glue this in here. This came in one of her stamp sets. I mean, it's one of her monthly sets. It was called Eat, and so I'm just gonna put that in there as a way to document that. Now, where is that washi? Because I'm going to come in here and add that a little bit in here to tie in that original washi and some of these colors. So I'm just going to basically add it right there. And then I think I'm going to come in here and add it over here. Just so it brings out those colors as well. I think I'll add it right up here. Right there. And then I may come in here and I'm going to add a few more bubbles on the page itself. Maybe a big one down here with a little one. That's what's so fun about these, are different shades, so you can put your bubbles in there. And there you have it. Let's see what it looks like. Cute little bubble tea. Oh yeah, let me fold this over up here. And then I'll come in and journal about it. And there you have it. Oops. Cute little layout with a flip to it. Isn't that cute? Alright. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you had fun watching it, and I will see you in my next video.